Hello? Is anyone here?
Pardon me, madam. How may I help you?
I'm looking for a casket.
Of course. Do you see a casket or coffin that strikes your fancy?
Well, they all look lovely. What is that one?
Excellent eye, madam. This here is our Milton Pedigree 3000, with optional bell and lifeline.
Bell and lifeline?
Indeed. Should a live person become buried by mistake, the bell and lifeline make it possible for the unfortunate party to ring for help.
Do people often get buried by mistake?
I can assure you, madam, that I am a professional, and I would never knowingly bury a client I knew to still be alive. However, there are certain medical conditions that make it possible for a person to appear deceased when they are still breathing.
Good Lord! Isn't there a better way to tell if a person is alive or dead? I mean, we have come a long way in the field of medicine.
I'm afraid not, madam.
I beg your pardon?
It is a real horror show out there. I just buried a man who was bled to death at the suggestion of his doctor.
That is awful. Was it leeches?
Baboons, I'm afraid, with broken whiskey bottles tied to their hands.
What a horrible fate.
And some of the workmen hired to bury the dead are quite lazy. Even if they were sober enough to hear a person screaming for help, the boxes are insanely heavy, and we do lock them to discourage grave robbers.
Grave robbers?
At the risk of seeming untoward, what is your price range?
Well, my husband worked as an innkeeper, and I'm afraid my inheritance is rather fixed.
I understand. If you're looking for something more modest, I can offer one of our gently used coffins.
Used coffins?
It's not what you think, madam. Most of my customers are just people who want to get off the street for a while, have a good night's rest. It's a Samaritan service, really.
Samaritan service? I refuse to buy a coffin that a hobo has slept in.
Well, that might be a problem, then.
Since I have walked in here, all I have received are tales of live burials, ape murder, and macabre flop houses. I do say, sir, you are a ghoulish man engaged in a ghoulish business. Good day, sir. Thank heavens, I thought she'd never leave.
Indeed. Look, you had better get out of here. I think she's bringing back the constable.
And done.